Welcome to the shooting show. This week we're with celebrity gamekeeper Geoff Garrod. We bring you an Essex double bill, decoying pigeons and ambushing muntjac. With the game season done and dusted, it's time for Geoff Garrod to attend to the pigeons. We join him on his first day of serious pest control. He's been watching good numbers of pigeons coming into the top end of a rape field where they've been causing considerable damage. The main structure of the hide is in place, ready for Geoff's finishing touches. A quick spy with a Swarovski binos confirms the pigeons are still hitting the rape hard. There's no point in delaying, let's get to it. First, Geoff clears off the foraging pigeons. Then it's time for the finishing touches to the hide to conceal its occupants as much as possible. Eley VIP 30g 6s are the cartridge of choice today. Geoff has shot these throughout the game season and has opted to stick with his favourite game cartridge for the woodies.
As you can see with the hide, with all the winds that we've had a lot of fir trees go down. So I brought a load of fir bales up here last night, ready to build the hide. Hopefully we've got a decent hide there now that will give me and Justin a bit of cover. We're just about to put the decoys out on the rape, and then hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll get a few pigeons coming in.
Everyone pitches in to set the decoys out. Geoff's son and apprentice Justin, with Bomber the Labrador and Stubbs the Spaniel included too.
Just another simple little way that can show the whites of the wings as if they're flapping to come into land.
With everyone in place, Geoff makes the final checks and sets out the remaining decoys.
Yeah, we've just got the pattern out. We've got, as you can see, we've got a few dead birds. We've set them up in a sort of like a bit of an L-ish L shape down the side of the maze here and on the rape. By about the first half an hour or a dozen pigeons coming to your decoys, you get a feel whether things are right or not. And if they're right, obviously we'll leave them as they are. If they're wrong, we'll just come out and move the decoys around until they are right.
Then it's into the hide to wait for the pigeons to show. Happily, it doesn't take long. With a miss and a good hit, Geoff opens the score sheet. Geoff starts to get into the groove as good numbers of pigeons start to bank in, lured by the deeks and their fallen brethren among them. The decoy pattern is proving effective, pulling the birds from a good distance. Bobbed down and out of sight, Geoff waits until the birds are right over the pattern before giving them the business end of his Browning A5.
Good old Eley. Speeding up, slow up. The one coming into deeks.
Now it's time for a short break to collect the shot birds and add them to the pattern to increase its draw. Stubbs pitches in, working like a trooper and saving Geoff a lot of legwork. Even with Geoff out of the hide, birds are still being drawn to the deeks, only swooping away at the last minute. That's a sign the pattern is doing its job and promises more sport to come. Before Geoff gets stuck back into it, he can't resist a bit of dressing up on the hide front. Adding some maize stems will help it blend in more to the surrounding environment. As the birds pile in, Geoff capitalises with an admiral left and a right. He's showing off just for the camera.
Yeah.
A red kite soaring above provides a momentary distraction from the shooting, but ever vigilant, Geoff keeps an eye out for incoming pigeons.
That's what I like. Fibre.
The birds just aren't stopping, and Geoff can hardly keep the gun stoked up before yet another bird drops into the deeks. With a flurry of nearly a dozen pigeons in as many minutes, Stubbs is kept very busy.
Yeah, I'm on that. Yeah. Yeah. Left.
Watch him.
Confident of his hit, Geoff was right to watch as the bird drops at the bottom hedge to be picked up later.
Come right low, let's see him.
Yeah. Yeah.
After hours of good fun, the pigeon traffic has finally departed to pastures new, and it's about time to pack away. The VIPs have given a good account of themselves today. After the last pigeon of the day drops to Geoff's final shot, the guys begin to dismantle the hide and clear away. It's been necessary work, but nevertheless very enjoyable just the same. Decoying pigeons is at the best end of pest control, and both farmer and game dealer will be happy with today's results.
Right, well that's another day finished on the old rape. It's virtually turned out what I thought it would do. Finished up with 61. Decoyed not too bad this morning, but it went completely dead round about the dinner time mark. And as normal rape shooting goes, this afternoon we saw a huge big gang the other side of the motorway on someone else's rape, and obviously all the pigeons have just drifted over to there. But it's been fun while we were here this morning, and you you know, we've killed a few. The old Browning A5 worked again, you know, a lovely gun. I enjoy shooting it, very sweet gun to use. Look forward to using it more in the future.
Geoff there with the deeks, making pigeon shooting look easy. And now, the Shooting Show News.
This is the Shooting Show News, with the CLA Game Fair less than 20 weeks away. Gamekeepers have called for the ban on tail docking to be lifted. In a petition presented to the Scottish Government on Wednesday, the SGA presented more than 4,000 signatures opposing the ban for working dogs on the grounds of animal welfare. SGA Chairman Alex Hogg said it is unbelievable that a bill that was introduced to stop animal cruelty has done the opposite. For more, don't miss Modern Gamekeeping magazine. There's been a landmark ruling in the USA as the state of Virginia has passed legislation that will allow hunting on Sundays. The state Senate passed the repeal of the old Blue Law, preventing Sunday hunting, by a margin of 28 to 11. Hunting can now take place on private land during the designated seasons by hunters with the written permission of landowners. NSSF Senior Vice President Lawrence Keane said the ruling was a real accomplishment for both hunters and the economy. There'll be no fewer than 10 guns up for grabs at the British Schools and Young Shots Championship this year. The overall high gun, as well as high guns in the junior, ladies, scouts and cadets categories, will all win a 20-bore Hatsan Escort with either 24 or 26-inch barrel. Two of the prizes on offer will be the new Hatsan synthetic Muddy Girl model. There'll also be 5,000 cartridges up for grabs. The event takes place on the 10th of May. Follow all the news in Clay Shooting magazine. Gavin Grant has stepped down from his role as Chief Executive of the RSPCA. According to the charity, he is giving up the post because of medical concerns. His 2-year tenure saw the charity become increasingly political and seek more and more prosecutions of people connected to hunts. The Countryside Alliance said it hoped the charity would now return its focus to animal welfare rather than politics. And finally, in a Shooting Show News special, an interview with Amber Hill, BBC Young Sports Personality of the Year. The Amber cartridges have started to roll off the production line at Eley. Amber Hill herself was there to push the button and kick off production. After a tour of the Eley factory, Amber sat down with the Shooting Show to tell us what it was like to shoot a cartridge with her face on it, and her goals for 2014.
It's really exciting. I never would have thought that I'd have my own brand of cartridges, so to have that is just great, and hopefully it will appeal to lady shooters and young shooters, because even when I was younger, if I saw a box of pink cartridges, it definitely appealed to me. I've been with Eley for quite a few years now, and they've just given me so much support. Even when I was younger, I went to a few cartridge companies, but Eley were one that took a risk on me, and they've supported me so much throughout my career. So they've just been great, and I just wanted to stay with them.
What's your aim for 2014?
Well, I've got lots of competitions this year. I've obviously got World Cups, World Championships, European Championships, but the main one for me this year is the Commonwealth Games in Glasgow, which I'm sure will be a great event, having all my family be able to come and watch me up there. So I'm just really excited, and I'm sure it'll be a great experience leading up to hopefully Rio in 2016. Last year was a hard year for me, having to juggle all my schoolwork and my shooting, but this shooting is like a once in a lifetime opportunity, and I want to make the most of it at the moment.
And Eley's Tomas Atienza gave us the lowdown on the entire new product range.
We've got a lot of ideas, a lot of new things coming, which I can't really disclose at the moment, but the 4 new ranges is only the tip of the iceberg. We believe that you need to reinvent yourself, you need to make the market interested and interesting, and the shooters want to see evolution. And the best proof of that is the 3 new cases that we developed for Rebel and for Amber. Amber is a pastel pink that is first in the world. The pastel yellow that we use for 20 gauge is again a world first, and the fluorescent green for Rebel, again nothing that has been seen before.
Last year was an incredible year for me, and it was so unexpected, and to win gold in Acapulco was just an amazing feeling, and it definitely pushes you on to want to achieve, and it's nice to have the support and backing from all my sponsors, and especially Eley, that they think that in the future I will continue to progress and succeed. So it's just nice having their backing.
So does it make you nervous knowing that people are sort of gunning for your title?
I suppose so, but I've got a great support team around me, so that any nerves I have, I just try to block out, and everyone's so supportive.
That was the shooting show news.
With pigeons successfully dealt with, Geoff gets a call out of a different nature. Blurry-eyed from an early start, he makes his way to one of his woods where several muntjac have taken up residence. There's no rest for a gamekeeper. There's clear evidence of the muntjac population even as we arrive at the gate entrance towards the rear of the wood. Swapping shotgun for rifle, Geoff readies the Merkel Helix with Gecko Express rounds.
I'm loading up some Gecko 165 Express bullets. That's the magazine stoked up. Let's get going.
A careful sneak through the woods sees Geoff get to the high seat box under the welcome cover of darkness. He'll be in position before dawn to minimise disturbance of the surrounding wildlife. Making safe with the rifle, he ascends to his lofty eyrie and the wait begins. Despite his caution, a muntjac backs out in protest at Geoff's presence, but they are frequently disturbed and Geoff remains unconcerned. It's still dark, but the light gathering capabilities of the Swarovski binos allow for an early spy of the ground, and Geoff wastes no time getting to it. As the light finally comes up, all our senses are called on. This is what it's all about, the excitement of being in position, hearing your quarry around you and waiting for action at first sight.
There's some fallow walking through. Look, we've just got a couple of creamy coloured ones. There's one there right at the, you can just see that make that out right the other side of the wood there. Heading from our left to right.
The light is growing rapidly and we can finally switch off the camera's IR mode. As a cock pheasant crows on the ride, it's almost like he's heralding the arrival of the first muntjac. A second muntjac skips across to the first, tail flicking. Things are hotting up, but Geoff patiently bides his time, glassing regularly. The two munties show again and Geoff gets ready in case they cross the ride and offer a shot. But it's clear they have other things on their agenda. With the buck only interested in chasing the doe, Geoff has precious little chance. Still glassing, Geoff spots another doe. She looks pregnant and a definite taker. She crosses the ride without presenting a shot, promising and frustrating at the same time. It looks like we've drawn a blank from this morning vigil.
Oh well, that's the morning stalk over. A little bit unlucky. We've seen 3 or 4 crossing the ride down to our right. We were trying to decrease the population, and I'm sure one of them bucks was trying to increase the population, which is why they never stopped. But there, we'll give it a miss now, and we'll come back this afternoon, see if we can get one this afternoon.
Geoff, however, doesn't like to be defeated, and is soon back for the afternoon stalk. We hope his tenacity pays off. Smartly into the box seat we let things settle. It's the same routine, patiently spying and waiting for a muntjac to cross the ride. This afternoon is already showing promise. Let's hope Geoff cashes in on his efforts. As a good buck crosses over the ride, Geoff hopes he will make his way up through the brambles and present a shot.
It's a reasonable size buck.
No chance on the buck, but a doe also emerges. It could well be the pregnant doe from this morning. As Geoff slides the safety off, the shot is definitely on. The doe is down and everything looks good. After a short wait to see if anything else is likely to come and investigate, it's time to approach the shot doe. The light is fading fast now, so we switch back to IR again for the final stages of this challenging but ultimately fruitful deer management excursion.
Well, here we are. Shot myself a muntjac pregnant doe, which is a good one to get. First thing I've shot with this Merkel Helix rifle, and one of the things that I instantly liked with it was the straight pull reload. Very simple, and just boom, it was there, loaded straight away, ready for the second shot in case I hadn't put the first one in the right place. Yeah, today we've had a pretty good day. I mean, we started off this morning in the box seat in one of my woods. We didn't get a shot, but we saw 3 or 4 muntjacs, which gave us a bit of encouragement. Came back into the same high seat tonight in the same wood, and just as the light was fading, nice muntjac doe crept across the ride. I was able to shoot it, so all in all we've had a successful and happy day.
Well, that's it for this week. Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. This has been The Shooting Show.